We're live. I do need to reconnect us with Facebook. For some reason, it did not. We've lost our connection. So, Trey, maybe you want to start talking, and I will work on recreating that.
Right. Yeah. This is how technology works. So I'm Trey Everett, and we're here with Kristen Eggerling. We both work with the Northwest Minnesota Arts Council, and we like to do artist spotlights, and where we promote regional artists. And so today we have Sarah Pester with us, and Sarah's a Crookston artist, and she is currently in our Northwest Minnesota Art Gallery in the Fournet building in Crookston, downtown Crookston. It's a historic old hotel that's been refurbished. And we just had a reception for Sarah. So, Sarah, welcome, and just introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, I'm Sarah. I am from Crookston, Minnesota, like you said, and I've lived here pretty much my entire life. I grew up on a farm, and I currently live here with my family. I got 2 kids. Emery is 9 and Onyx is 4. And with my husband and our dog Frankie, and I have my business, Burnham Creek Healing, out here, which is kind of really connected with my art and inspiration for a lot of my work.
Okay. Yeah, and then the gallery that we've got is I'm just looking at my notes. There's 41 pieces. It's all original artwork. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the gallery, some of the themes of your work in the gallery.
So a lot of it is very spacey, so galaxies, planets, but there's also this kind of like woven in spiritual aspect. I painted chakras kind of in a spacey, cloudy aura, and then having like lots of meaning behind my work, like lunar wings, about getting through challenges, overcoming, and transformation. It really has a lot of spiritual connection and self-growth, and more than being this body, you know, we are all one and connected.
Do you want to say anything about the title, which fits into what you just said, but do you want to say anything more?
So Stardust and Soul, it's in everything. Kind of is all that what I just said. We are made of all the same thing, and we are all connected through that.
Is tell us a little bit about that theme and what draws you to that. Have you always been interested in transformation and the soul and you know, the sky? Tell us a little bit about what's behind that.
So growing up, I've always had like spirituality. My mom is very involved in the church, and you know, having that belief in something bigger. So that I grew up with that in my life. And as I got older, just more learning and exploring different things, I decided to learn about Reiki, which is a healing modality, and about the chakra system. And I was also starting painting at the same time and doing yoga. So all these kind of things got blended together for me, and it was you know, having spiritual experiences and then not being able to express them, and I started painting them. Yeah. And the sky and the clouds, they're a really big inspiration to me, because when I look up, you know, it brings up kind of those big life questions like, why are we here? How did we get here? You know, and it's just inspiring to me to look up at the stars and think, you know, what else is out there? And yeah, I don't know.
Can you talk a little bit more about the yoga? And I mean, just that you are an instructor, right? And then having the yoga, the 2 yoga classes there in the exhibit. You could, you know, talk about that,
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
events.
So my mother, she was a yoga teacher, so that was a really big influence for me. And I decided to kind of follow in her path and got my yoga training, and just sharing that with other people has been incredible. Like, it's just been since August or July. Yeah, at the end of July when I started teaching, and building that community has just been so fulfilling. And reaching women especially has been amazing. And we did the event at the Fournet, the Art in Motion, and being able to share my expression through art, as well as the modality and healing that yoga can bring, and having the community come out and support that was great.
It just seems like such an extra connection with the art to be doing yoga surrounded by that. And
Yeah, yeah. The yoga was a big part of starting to paint for me. I practiced yoga. I was dealing with postpartum depression, and that was something that really helped me feel better. And using that to heal, I feel like gave me the courage to start painting. Like, I wasn't doing anything. The only thing that I could do was go to yoga with my mom, because she would make me, you know, and that really gave me the courage to start creating as well. And yeah, being able to share the two together is amazing.
oh, Trey, we can't hear you. You're muted. Can you unmute yourself? Because you are muted, and I tried to unmute you.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, sorry. I got a phone call, and I tried to like ignore it, and everything disappeared, and I couldn't see you. I couldn't see mute buttons or anything. So sorry about that. Yeah, I feel really old. So what I was trying to say, even though no one could hear me, I thought that was a neat part of the exhibit, Sarah, where it was your idea to have yoga in the gallery space. And it was really creative. And I thought it was neat because you did yoga in the gallery space, and you tied it in with some of your work. And
Yeah.
it was kind of this teaching moment.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
I had a question about your process. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about how you come up with ideas? Do you have a studio space you're painting in? Are there certain times of the day you like to work? Do you work quick? Do you work slow? Just give us a little idea about your process.
So, for the pieces that are on display, that had a very specific process. I would do yoga in my little studio space. It was very small room, kind of like a closet, and just enough space for my mat and a few other things. And I would do yoga, and then I would sit and meditate, and then I would paint directly on my yoga mat. I would get the canvas out and the paints out, and I would just dive in, and it was like a dedicated at least 2 hours that I had. For that was my process then when I was working with acrylic, and I would just whatever kind of came to mind in meditation, or maybe something wouldn't come up, and I would just start painting. I would usually go to like painting a moon or a planet if I didn't have like a real mental image of something come through. I would just be like, okay, we're going with the circle shapes, and we're gonna add color, and it'll turn into something. But my process has changed now a lot since I am a mom of two. I don't get that whole dedicated time really. So I switched to working with oils, which gives me freedom to walk away, and I know that it's not gonna be dried. If I, step away for a little bit, I can come back and continue to work on it. And I still try to bring in some time for meditation to, get inspired for something. But I do find myself just, doing the mundane things of life, like laundry or stirring a pot of soup, and then all of a sudden, oh, I got an idea, and then I'll maybe run and like sketch it out or something, and save it for later. And usually when I come back to it, I don't really know what I was going for, and it turns into something else anyway. But yeah, it's more free flowing now than so structured before in the past.
And so did you say before you didn't paint before you had started doing yoga, or did you feel like you were artistic before?
Before, I was always very interested in trying different things. Like I think I've tried everything. I did like weaving. I tried sewing, and I worked with pottery a lot. Like when I was in high school, I took every ceramics class that I could. Um, and then like coloring, just like lots of doodling, and um, I always expressed myself in that way, when I was a kid, and I found myself kind of dealing with something that was like my go-to. I'd have notebooks where it would just be like pages of random doodles. It was always has been a way of kind of like maybe like an emotional processing thing for me, helping to cope, I guess. Yeah.
Do you have different artists that inspire you, or you kind of look to, or you admire that you could share?
So I, being like a self-taught artist, I don't really know a lot about like art history. I don't, I didn't, I had never studied art. Um, I have a lot of people like on my Instagram that I look at, and that I really admire. Um, as far as names, I don't know.
Okay. But that's the Instagram, or just on the internet, that's one place you can go
Yeah.
to be inspired or get inspiration.
Yep.
you said you've done like a lot of different things, but mostly now you paint with acrylic, or what are your main things you paint?
I paint, oh, sorry, my dog's in here.
My cat has been like shaking my computer, and
My husband came home and he's on alert, so he's got to go check it out. But yeah, what were we talking about?
The mediums that you focus on.
Yes, so right now mainly in oil, but I do use acrylic and watercolor, but painting is the main thing that I do now.
How do you know when you're finished with a piece of artwork? Because sometimes it's like I could add this, I could do that. There's always some point we have to decide. Okay, I'm done. So what's that like for you?
Yeah, so that's always been hard for me, and I think it's just like a time where I'm like, okay, I have to let go of this and move on to something new. But I still always look at my finished pieces and I'm like, oh, it'd be really cool if I added that. Or yeah, it is kind of hard to let go and know when I am done. But I guess it's just like a time where I'm like, hey, I have to be done. And I put it away or hang it up or something.
So if you see something like later and you're like, oh, it'd be cool to do this, do you do that? Or are you like, nope, I'm already done. I'm not doing it anymore?
Yeah, I restrain myself and I'm like, don't. I'm like, I said that I was done. Don't add, be done.
And then do you have some work you can show us?
Yeah. I just finished this one not too long ago.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Mm.
Wow.
Does it have a
I
name?
haven't been trying to work on a name. I don't know, like cosmic abundance, maybe. There's like a lot going on. I'm not exactly sure.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's very colorful. But
Yeah. And when it comes to colors, like I was pen and ink and a pen and ink artist for a long time, so I didn't have to worry about colors. And so now I'm just learning. How do you work with colors? How do you know what colors you want to use? Do you mix your own colors? Tell us a little bit about that.
so it's a lot of experimenting since like I'm a self-taught artist. I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to mixing colors. So I just kind of am like, okay, I'm going to use this. It's literally very intuitive. I kind of just like grab the paint and start mixing it. And if it looks good, I'm like, okay, we'll go with that. Or if it's like really muddy, then I'm like, okay, we'll start over, use something else. But yeah, I've watched a lot of Bob Ross, and I think that's where I've learned how to mix colors. That's all I got. But, um, yeah, so a lot of experimenting, and I do like to mix my own, and instead of buying the colors already pre-mixed, I it's different every time then. I like it to be a little inconsistent, I guess. So I think it's more fun, like um, more variations. Things don't really all have the same color.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do any commissions, or it just comes from you and it is what it is? Or
I have done some commissions. I haven't in like probably like 7 years. It's been since I've done a commission, but I am um, available to do that. I can only tackle like one. So if you're interested, and you can reach out and we can talk about something that you might want me to think that I could do. But a lot of the couple that I did in the past have been moon phases.
Yeah. So the way people can get a hold of you, you're on Instagram. I've got your card here. Tell us a little bit about how people can reach you.
Yeah, so you can get a hold of me through like social media, like I'm on all of them, or um, you can also Google Burnham Creek Healing and everything will come up. You can call me from there. My phone number is listed, and as well as email, um, burnhamcreekhealing@gmail.com. So yeah.
And is that a website too or not?
There is a website as well. It would be Burnham Creek Healing at Square or .square.site. Yeah. I don't have any of my art on there right now. It is a process for me to work with technology and uploading all of the pictures and then connecting it to a website. It's a lot. And so it's taking me some time to get any of my art on there.
So
Yeah.
I just want to put in a plug. We have an enhanced artist listing with Arts Council. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but as a part of it, you have a page on our website.
Okay.
And it's not like people can buy off of there, but we can have some images and then your contact information. So it's a way of sharing some information if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we can talk about that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. And also you have I know you did have some work for sale at Queen City Art
Yeah.
Center,
Yes.
and that's in
And
Crookston.
yeah. Yep. I'll be bringing more pieces in there in the middle of April when we take down the display. I'm going to be bringing some more stuff into Queen City. So have to check
Okay.
that out. As well as bracelets. I make crystal bracelets. That's another kind of meditation technique for me. That is, it's pretty cool to kind of just thread the beads, and you kind of just let everything else go. And then you get something beautiful in the end that you can wear.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at those. You have those at Queen City,
Yeah.
right? And then I
Yep.
saw you brought some at the reception, I believe. And then I
Yep.
saw you had this giant crystal
Yeah.
setting on the table. That was really cool to see that. And then you had a container of all these polished rocks. Can
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit about the rocks and the crystal?
So I use crystals in my energy maintenance modality of healing. And crystals, they are unique because they have a set frequency, a set structure, and they don't change. They're not mutable like us as beings. We are made up of mostly water, and we shift and change depending on, what environment we're in. So crystals have that unique ability to admit like something just set in stone, and we can use it by connecting to it in that way. We can use it as a mental aspect of, okay, I know that this stone represents these qualities, So I'm going to meditate on these qualities, as well as their ability to emit a positive frequency.
Going back to the bracelets, do you ever teach people how to make the bracelets or do any workshops with them, or?
So that is something that I am working on, wanting to bring. I want to do a mala bead workshop. So that would be like the longer necklaces, and those are also a meditation tool of counting the beads.
Yeah, that's maybe something you could do at Queen City, possibly.
Yeah. I've talked to Jen about it, and I just got to get on getting all the beads.
Yeah, so this exhibit, it's open until we're taking it down Monday, April 13th. So everybody listening, you'll have until the Friday before, which is April 10th, to go and see Sarah's exhibit. And it's on the second floor atrium of the Fournet building, and you can take stairs or an elevator to get up there. It's free. It's open during normal business hours, 8 to around 4:30. And we have a guest book. Please sign it. That's the way we keep track of how many people have been visiting. And Sarah's work is for sale. And so when you go in, you'll see there's some red stickers on some of the art tags, and that means it's already sold. And yeah, you sold, how many did you sell the other night?
7.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now I have to say goodbye to 7 paintings, but it's
So yeah, if you want to buy a piece, you could see what's still available at the exhibit and then contact Sarah, and then you can't pick it up until the exhibit is closed, but
yeah, that's awesome. Let's see, is there anything else we haven't mentioned?
Anything you want people to know, Sarah?
Well, I am at the end of April. I'm going to be in Fargo at the Ramada. They have this really cool expo. It's SOS Expo, stands for Souls of Spirit. So it's very much that spiritual vibe with the crystals and the energy healing. And they have really interesting things. Like one year I went and got an eye reading. They take a picture of your eye and they give you a reading based on the different shapes in your eye. It was really interesting. So just different things like that. And they have really cool artists there as well that have the spiritual influence within their artwork. So that's April 25th at 10 a.m. in Fargo. So I'll be there, and you should definitely think about checking it out. It's different and it's interesting.
Okay. Neat. And you've done this a few times, right?
Yes, I have gone a couple times, and they come in the spring and the fall to the Fargo area. They also go around a lot of North Dakota and Montana, but I am not going to go in the fall because I want to go back as somebody who can experience it, because it's just really cool to be there, and being there vending is great, and I like doing my readings and talking to people, but when you come as like somebody to experience it and you get to walk around and see all the different things, it's really cool.
Cool.
Great. Well, check out the exhibit before it ends, and yeah. And maybe in the future, Sarah will have a page on our website.
Yeah.
Anything else? Should we sign off?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks, Sarah.
thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And I'll
Thank
end
you.
the stream.